This is a huge video tip. This is going to be part of your process when you buy storage units online. You're going to want to do this every single time, guys. This is a opportunity that I look for every single time I buy storage units to make sure that I'm not getting taken advantage of. Remember, we did on a previous video, bid13.com admitted that storage unit facilities stage items. Okay, so we'll go to bid13.com and I'll show you guys exactly what they said. So we'll go to support and we go down here to right here. Okay, so storage unit altering is a common concern by many users on our website. Okay, so let's just go ahead and read that. Okay. Storage unit facility owners are bound by law not to alter the contents before auction. Okay. Altered or staged units are incredibly obvious. Okay, now this is from Bid13, a massive storage unit site that sells storage units online. On occasion, in the past, Bid13 has received videos of this sort from vendors, and we have rejected those videos, abandoned the facility, and reported them to local police. So they just admitted that in the past, people on their site, facilities, storage unit companies, have done this in the past. And so we're going to go over a video on where I think, allegedly, found where a company staged a unit. Now, I could be completely wrong. This is just my opinion. And before we go any further, this is a big concern for a lot of buyers. What if they go in there and they take stuff out? What if they stage stuff? Yes, it is a possibility. Yes, from Bid13, it has happened directly from them, right? And I guarantee it's happened on all the other sites. This is how it works. People don't understand this, but let's say that somebody loses a storage unit and they owe $300. Well, a lot of people think, well, let's say they put up that same unit up for auction, the person owes the facility $300 after admin fees and everything else, rent, and the unit goes for $800. Okay, where does that excess money go? It doesn't go to the facility, it goes back to the person. So the facility can only take as much money as they're owed, both for the rent that's owed and then also the admin fees and all kinds of fees that go with it. And then everything else has to go back to the individual via a check. But a lot of times they can't get a hold of the individual because they move, they get incarcerated, they change their phone number, they change their address. I mean, there's a reason why they didn't get payment from them in the first place. They probably couldn't get a hold of them, right? So in that case, if they can't get a hold of the individual, then, and the laws are different, but typically it goes back to the state. Okay? The money goes back to the state, the difference. So these facilities, the only reason they technically would stage is probably to make sure that they recoup the maximum amount of money, so at least they get the amount that they're owed. Because sometimes on these units, they're owed $500, $600, $700 in some extreme cases. And they want to make sure that they get that amount for the bid price so they actually get their money back, right? So this is a video that I did. I tried to look for other online units today that I thought were staged. I couldn't find any. So I'm going to play you a video where I actually found a possible opportunity, and you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about right now. So a little tip, guys, for you storage unit buyers out there. So one thing I always look at when you buy storage units online is, do they stage, right? This is a really important tip that I don't think a lot of people know or use. So you've got two storage units going up for auction. They're ending in 4 hours. They're done by the same facility, a storage place, right? So they're done by the same facility. One red flag. So let's click on this one, right? It says BB guns, swords, furniture. So I'll click on that basically. And this is what pops up. And basically, guys, this is what is alarming, right? So it's the same facility. You want to look and see if they stage stuff. That's their main photo, kind of going towards that, right? Which that's kind of it's not a old It's not old at all. But look at their next photo. Perfectly placed BB gun. Now, who in their right mind would store a BB gun like that? I don't know, right? So get this though. Look at that knife, guys. Do you see that knife just on the side of the box? So there's too many red flags with this unit. It looks like they definitely are staging, because no way that knife, okay, maybe the knife would be placed like that, maybe. But then would the BB gun be placed like that? And the way that they did their main photo, place, you know, even though this isn't worth really much, their main photo is that. So basically, the reason I'm telling you this, guys, let's say you like this one right here up top. Let's say you like this one. Before you buy this one or you bid on it, look at to see if the same facility that has more auctions going up for auction is staging on other storage units. So I'm pausing it right here, guys. This is really key. So if you're looking to buy a storage unit, like for example, a place of WI, you're looking to buy one of their storage units, look at some of their other units to see if there's anything fishy before you buy the one you want. Because a lot of times, every month, the facility will not have just one, but they'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 storage units going up for auction. And even though you may not be interested in the other 4 units, I still look at them because it's the same facility auctioning those off, and I want to see if there's anything fishy in the other ones that they're auctioning off, even though I'm not interested, to make sure that it may be a possibility that I'm buying a good or bad unit for the one I do want. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that they 100% are staging here, but the knife, the BB gun, the way they're placed, the way the photos are taken, it just doesn't, and the box is open, it just doesn't look like it is. Now, so some of the stuff they wouldn't stage, right? But it just, to me, is like a red flag. Because another thing, too, guys, is look at this. Look at this. Look how they wrapped it, right? You see right there how they wrapped it in the plastic wrap? Which is basically the same wrap that I have right here, right? So you're telling me that these people put their stuff in here, plastic wrapped it with a sheet, and this is their dresser. Look at that. Yet they left a BB gun like that, and they left their knife hanging out the side of the box like that? I don't think so. So the main thing here is, even if you didn't want this unit, the main thing is when you bid on a unit online, look and see if that facility has multiple units going up for auction, and take a look at their other units, even though you're maybe not interested, to see possibly if they do staging on other units, they may have been in this unit. Another key tip, guys, when you're looking at staging, is this facility is not a big facility. They're not a big corporate company. They don't have a bunch of facilities. But if you go to like Public Storage or Extra Space Storage or Northwest Storage or something like that, I feel like you get less staging because the employees don't really care. Yeah, they may steal something, but they're not going to stage it because they don't care if the company makes money or not. It's a big corporate company. All right, guys, so I'm pausing it one last time here to understand that that's a good tip that I'll put in a later video. If I look back at the best storage units that I bought, they've always been from big corporate storage unit facilities. Big corporate companies like Public Storage, Northwest Storage, you know, all those big ones, those have always been the best storage units that I bought. The smaller facilities, as I look back, kind of like the one we're talking about here, has always been the worst storage units that I bought. I feel for 2 reasons. One, I am more comfortable buying from a big facility because we both know how employees work. Just like McDonald's, you know, or Burger King or Taco Bell, the employees don't care if they make money or not because they're a big corporate company. Just like Public Storage. Do you think the employees are going to care if Public Storage recoups the amount of money that they're owed for those storage units? Probably not. The employees are not going to go and do something like staging or any of that on these big corporate companies a lot of times because they don't care if they recoup their money. Now, they may go in and take something. That's a whole other story. But staging it, no. The only time I would see an issue with staging is if it's a privately owned smaller storage unit facility, kind of like this one, where they want to recoup their money. so they stage to recoup their money. And that's kind of the idea. The one that I'm talking about that's $340, they probably know that that's a decent enough storage unit that they don't necessarily need to stage. But the one I was showing you was so trashed and boxes were everywhere that they may have felt the need to stage to recoup the money on that one. And anytime that there's foul play like that, I don't want to be a part of it. And that's why I'm always recommending you look at all the auctions going up in that same facility to make sure that possibly you don't get taken advantage of with the one that you want.
But when you're looking at these privately held smaller storage unit places, you need to look for the staging aspect of it, because they mean, one, they've been in the unit, two, they're staging it to get their price up as well. And one last thing, guys, I want to make sure we're painfully clear, at least here, right? I'm not saying this happens all the time. I'm not saying it's gray or black, but what happens is let's say I lost my storage unit at a facility, and let's say after fees, late fees,
Okay, and this is where I'm kind of talking about the, the overall, and kind of like what we posited about, that they possibly may not be, big corporate companies may not do this, but privately owned smaller ones may stage to recoup their money. All right, guys, hopefully that helps. This is a video on avoid stage storage lockers. This is just a tip. Everything that I put in this course is just kind of my experiences. And I'm hoping that when you look at this, it just gives you an idea when you buy storage units, things to look out for. All right, guys.